Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Bryant, coordinator of new media for the Big South Conference, and this is your viewing guide to the Big South Network for the week of February 11th through 17th, 2010. And remember, that's the Big South Network at BigSouthSports.com. If you have any questions about the network or our online sites and services, you can send me an email, markb@BigSouth.org. Be sure to give us a look at the brand new BigSouthSports.com. Got a whole new look. Should be easier to navigate, easier to enjoy what you want out of the Big South Conference. Feel free to send us some feedback through the website or to me. Let me know what's going on with BigSouthSports.com. By all means, give it a visit. Check it out. It's the hub of our online life, and you'll be able to get to all our other sites through there, including the Big South Network. And we will begin by discussing men's basketball. There's 23 events streaming live this week. 14 in men's basketball, 8 in women's basketball, and wrestling besides. And we are on the cusp of bringing you baseball and other spring sports. Yeah, I use the word spring. I know some of you have snow to dig out of, but believe it or not, it is just about that time. Spring packages are up for sale, and baseball games will be on our discussion starting with next week's guide, so be ready for that. But right now, it's about the basketball, and as we discuss the games for this week, your background will be highlights from Charleston Southern. Thanks to the folks with the Buccaneers bringing us some highlights of the Buccaneers games against the UNC Asheville Bulldogs, first for the men and then for the ladies. So let's get to those games as we talk about men's basketball. Here they are. Thursday's lineup, Thursday the 11th, 4 games for the men, 7 o'clock tip-offs all. VMI Gardner-Webb. These are two teams not in contention, but trying to see who's going to be the 8th and who's going to be the 9th spot, and that's going to matter as to who's playing in the tournament and who isn't. So there is something at stake there, something at stake in all these games. Coastal Carolina at High Point. Coastal the leader right now. High Point trying to get back into that top 4. They had ascended there and then fell back out. They are 6-6 right now, just a game back of Liberty at 7-5, holding the 4th spot. In fact, if you go down the standings, Coastal's 11-2, then Radford and Winthrop 2 games back, each at 9-4, fighting for the 2 and 3 positions, but holding fairly well in that top 4 group for those first round hosting positions. Then it gets really interesting from 4th down. Liberty 7-5, Asheville 7-6, High Point 6-6, Charleston Southern 6-7. All of them in play for that other spot. So you can see how these games will be affected. Coastal at High Point, Charleston Southern at Radford, and Liberty at UNC Asheville, a half game separating them in the 4th and 5th positions right now as we record this going into Thursday's action. Then Saturday, full lineup of 5 games for you. Presbyterian College at Winthrop. That's a 3:30 start, and it will be on Sports South. Don't worry if you don't get Sports South. It is on the Big South Network. VMI at UNC Asheville, that's a 4:30 start at the Justice Center. Then at 6 o'clock on Mid-Atlantic Sports Network, Masson. I'll actually be on the call for you for that one. Charleston Southern at High Point at the Millis Center. And again, this is a game both of these teams fighting for position will mean a lot for them in the stretch run. Liberty at Gardner-Webb is a 7 o'clock start, as is the clash of the Titans between Coastal Carolina and Radford. At the Deadman, as Radford 9-4, the preseason favorite, in second right now behind Coastal Carolina, the dominant team this season, at 11-2. We'll see what happens when they get together up in Virginia this time around, and then 5 more games on Tuesday. Yeah, that's right, a Tuesday men's basketball. As the schedule does tend to get shuffled around a little bit in the window around the Bracket Busters games, and Tuesday the 16th, we've got more men's games. Radford at Liberty. This is, of course, a classic rivalry in the Big South up there. 7 o'clock start for them. 7 also for VMI hosting High Point and Gardner-Webb at Winthrop. Then 7:30 starts a rare out-of-conference game late in the season on the men's side here. North Greenville at Charleston Southern, 7:30. Same time for UNC Asheville at Presbyterian College. So there's your 14 men's games. And with that, we move right along to the women's side and we've got 8 games over there, mainly on Saturday and Monday, one thrown in Tuesday for good measure. And the Saturday lineup looks like this. 2 o'clock starts for Presbyterian College at UNC Asheville and Gardner-Webb at High Point. Later in the day, 5 o'clock, you've got Coastal Carolina at Charleston Southern. It's the War by the Shore. And Radford at Winthrop, a 7 o'clock start for them. As far as the standings go on the women's side, by the way, Gardner-Webb 8-1, Liberty 7-2, High Point 6-4 are the top 3 positions. Not fighting for home court here, but just seeding in the tournament. In the women's side, things really divide into thirds. Gardner-Webb, Liberty, High Point in the upper third. That middle group, Radford 4-4, Charleston Southern and Coastal each 5-5, so you can see what it's going to mean when they play each other. And then the lower third right now, Winthrop 3-6, PC 3-6, and UNC Asheville 1-9. So from Saturday, we take it on to Monday the 15th, Gardner-Webb at UNC Asheville. All these 7 o'clock starts that night. Radford at High Point, Liberty at Winthrop. And then one more on the 16th, Tuesday evening, I should say, good measure, 5 o'clock for North Carolina Central at Presbyterian College. And I did say there was more coming up there right here. You see, we've got wrestling. Well, we got some legitimate wrestling here for you. Rutgers is coming to Liberty, and that will be Friday the 12th, 7 o'clock. Should be an enjoyable watch. The Scarlet Knights and the Flames. And as I said, spring packages. Time to talk about that. We've got baseball and softball now available. Your Sport Pass gets you the entire season for each of those sports, including the tournament, the championship. Really good deal. You don't have to worry about rescheduling. You don't have to worry about ordering individual games. You get it all in one fell swoop. Or you can get the spring combination ticket and actually get both, as well as the track and the swimming and the other things that come up over the course of the spring. All be lumped in there for you. If you like that, then maybe you'd actually like the annual. You can get everything for a full calendar year. So all the fall sports are yours as well. Literally hundreds of events on the Big South Network through BigSouthSports.com. You can order, of course, that annual or the seasonal or the sport or buy the game. We have all those options available for you. You can also find more information on the Big South Network and our various activities, our leaders, our successes, our games, our developments in the conference, and for all our teams at our various outlets online. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and we've got the blog going, the Big South Shout at Blogger. All of those have links available to you on the top of the new BigSouthSports.com. By all means, please visit. And remind you, if you have any problems with the video streaming, technical issues, billing issues, what have you, you can call our fan support at Jump TV, our web and streaming hosts, at 877-967-3267, or email them fansupport@jumptv.com. And with that, time to bid you farewell for this week. As we said, we'll have baseball in the mix to discuss next week. And for now, I leave you with this on the Big South Conference, developing leaders through athletics.